Alrighty, everybody, let's go. Let's get ready for the stock market today. That bell just opened. I've been watching silver here so far this morning, doing nothing. Going over to SPY, though, it fell down quite well, down to like 509. Started actually moving back above 510 now that the market opened today. So we're seeing some good recoveries out of a couple stocks here at the opening bell. That does not mean that they're going to go green necessarily, but you definitely got to keep that on watch. Watching 890 resistance here, as well as 915 on NVIDIA. NVIDIA has a lot of spots mixed in. 915 is a huge spot overhead. This is going to be the main watcher of the day. If NVIDIA does continue down and starts, like it is now, having a lot of red momentum, and it starts to break below the pre-market low around 860. Yeah, I mean, I guess below pre-market support. It did open up in pre-market down around 850, so gotta keep that in mind today. CNBC says, breaking news, stocks fall for a second day. Is AI-fueled rally pauses? I think they're lying. There we go. Almost back down to 850 already, guys. The selling is starting to get pretty intense. I'm pretty worried about a bigger drop here today. We talked about this a ton in last night's video. My gosh, it's already to 850, guys. That was quick. No time at all, and we're making new lows. Down below the low of Friday. 850 already breaking. Wow. That was quick. That was really quick. Hey, I just realized my mic might be a little off. My computer restarted. My damn power surged over the weekend. I don't know what's up with that. I feel like my power surge is like once a week. Kind of annoying. It's not like it was raining or anything. If that were the case, I would understand. All right, the mic should be a little bit better now. Tell that to Tesla. How are they doing? Nice, Tessie. Okay, coming up off support. That's good to see. Great stuff there. Going to the watch list. China stocks are running today. I see Baba in the chat. Oh my gosh, 75.42. Decent run out of Baba today. I like it. Neo's even moving. Who would have guessed? Ford's just sitting there. Yeah, Mason. I don't know what's up with that, man. It's weird because, like, it doesn't happen all the time. It just is like... I will say, there's something with it, man. Like, it cuts in and out. I think that what's going on is that they're building houses around here, and I think that they have to, like, cut the power off to, like, connect those houses, and then that's what it is. If I had to guess. Definitely weird. Square up to $83. Nice. SQ movement. How's Coin? Ooh, Coinbase. They moved up in pre-market, but at open, they got destroyed. And this is even coming as Bitcoin's at 72,000. Bitcoin's at all-time highs. And we got Coinbase falling. Come on. Come on, Coin. Don't be doing that to us now. Nobody wants to see that. Intel's running, Logan said, or moving up. Yeah, it is. Right off support. Not too bad. NVIDIA all over the place. AMD falling down in a big way. Under $200 even. That is not good to see today. right under huge support. Looks like it's really volatile right now, though, so it might be able to get back above. But I'm definitely eyeing AMD up for like a touch of 200 and drop back. Let's see that on the book map today. You can see 200 right above here. That's going to be an interesting move. Apple's trying. Let's look at them on Bookmap real quick. I know 175 coming up is probably pretty big, and yes, it is. Starting to really rip rip above a lot of these levels on Apple. What is up with that? They've been pretty weak lately, Apple and Tesla have, and now they're starting to do really well this morning. It's interesting to see, isn't it? We have all this weakness across the market, and Apple, of all things, starts moving up. Nvidia starting to roar back above 850. Definitely back above the low of pre-market. I'm worried about this getting choppy into resistance again and then a bigger drop coming. Watch this setup as the day progresses. I don't think we're in the clear yet. Back to the upside. One thing I am waiting for, though, is there was such a big drop on Friday that I think that there could be a slight move up at some point. It doesn't mean the move up's going to be huge, but kind of like what we're seeing now, maybe up to resistance or maybe even pre-market highs and then another drop. Definitely a little bit wary of that. Just keeping it in the back of my mind. It's not like I necessarily think that's going to happen, but that's just a thought that I'm having as this morning goes on. ARM. Let's see. ARM heat map, Paul asks. Let's see. I'll throw it on there. I'll throw it up. Man, Nvidia getting real close to that resistance from it open. Jerry said the premium on Nvidia puts are very expensive. Yeah, I mean, imagine the calls. Imagine the calls. With all this movement lately, the premiums are all inflated across the board, I'd say. Yeah, they're pretty damn expensive. For quick day trades, I guess you can get away with it, though. You know, we're talking like the 850 strike for this week is like $2,000 a contract. Not terrible, but definitely a little high. Yeah, here, let me get up ARM for you real quick. Here we go. Here we go. Here it is. 130 overhead seems like the next major level, but 128, 129 are also big. We do see this a lot where there's just some buyers at every whole dollar mark, and that seems to be the case on this one, so I would look at 130 in more of a major way. Carvana puts, CVNA. Yeah, definitely starting to sell back off. Let's see the daily. Yeah, you know, I wouldn't play with the fire on this one. I don't know what it is about this one, but it definitely worries me to the upside. ZOM ran up pretty well. Initially it opened and then gave it all back. Not good there. All right, SPY starting to hold support at 510. It got back above there, is holding pretty well. You guys can see that bounce I'm drawing to right now. There's been a lot of bounces at that level over the past few weeks. Let's scroll back. You can see that that level, 510, is literally one of the highs from a couple weeks ago. Will this week in the market be red? That's a big question. SPY looks to head to 505, Peter said. 505. Let's look at that. Yeah, I could see it drop to 505. It might take a little bit of consolidation first, but I think we could see a drop there. Maybe not today. We'll have to see how the day progresses, but so far, slow and choppy. All right, Nvidia's starting to consolidate a little bit. Got some wicks coming in right here. Price action might be starting to change a little bit. You can tell those candles definitely got weirder right there. Hey, Palantir having a day. 2676 coming back. That's good to see. They were doing pretty good last week until Friday. Again, though, another stock that hit right on resistance. I actually already had an arrow drawn to this one on the left side of the screen. Pretty big spot. Might be able to play rejection play off that, but I know a lot of you guys probably aren't super big on playing Palantir puts. I know a lot of people like that one up. Hey, Boeing broke under support in a pretty major way here. $200 has been broken, $197 broken, bam. Big drop off there. Support finally gave out on the Boeing. Wow. Let's go. Be nice to see some extended selling down under here. Here's what it looks like on an hourly chart. You can see where all that consolidation was. GLD, Jason. Yeah, gold and silver are on fire lately. GLD coming up very nicely today at open. Love to see that. SLV, nice. I noticed in pre-market they weren't really doing anything, but to see them running it open like this is actually a good plus. Boeing under 200 is definitely scary, though, for them. Z said, how's AMD looking? Yeah, you know, not the best. It's right around $200, so you can use that as support right now. I bet if we go to Bookmap, some buyers re-entered around 200. Let's see. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that stack. Because we broke 200 earlier, and then they re-entered here, so not re-entered, but you know, there's just more buyers there now. Whoever is the majority of the stack might have re-entered, but not sure. Tesla calls are all over the SM bot. No way. Oh yeah, almost a 180 again. Watch out for resistance. I've noticed a lot of stocks are starting to hit resistance and reject. Tesla's literally right on theirs. Maybe they will be different and start to break through. They just might. How's the VIX doing? VIX, and hey, Tesla just broke above 180 for everyone out there looking at that. So much for that resistance, right? VIX is actually up quite a bit this morning. Quite a bit. I'm watching a little trend line on VIX here. It keeps bouncing off of this pretty consistently. back to seeing some pops back up here on the VIX. I'm really looking for VIX to get a bigger extension back up to like that 1750 to 18 area again. That would be nice. VIX is weird, guys. Look at these patterns on the VIX chart. Pretty crazy how often these patterns have played out. Let's see where we are now in the pattern. It's pretty low, the grand scheme of things. Let's say we just draw out like a time on the pattern there, you know, copy it. I mean, you can tell we're getting close to the bottom on this if we're trusting the pattern. It's gonna do a lot of chop though, kind of like right here. I see a lot of chop coming in. Look at how choppy this got with the VIX before it's truly started breaking last time. Kind of what I'm looking for. Now, do past moves like this mean that this is going to happen this time? No. But look at how consistent this is. This is pretty consistent on the way down off of this trend. So I'm looking for a move up to test that trend and then a drop lower until we start to get a little bit closer to the end here. And then as it starts to break out, that'll, I think, be when we can really start to go long. Yeah, Xbox, yes. It does, doesn't it? Yes, sir. The question is, though, how much more consolidation is it going to have? That's the question. That's the main thing, time on this. But once you identify that breakout of the trend, it could get really fun. Just be careful, though, because these trends, the VIX is choppy. It'll chop all around the trend. It'll actually look like it's breaking the trend, probably, and then go right back down. It's not going to be perfect. VIX is never perfect in that way. You can tell, even like right here, a couple fakes, so you got to be ready for that. But once you identify that clear move out of there, should be pretty fire. Especially with how like Nvidia and these stocks are. Like, imagine that they truly start pulling back here. Could get enticing on the VIX. I'm loading up calls. Oh, that's a good one, Xbox. SPY's starting to sell back over here a little bit. Still sitting around support around 510. Pretty big area. I know who else likes 510.
All right, all right, all right.
Oh yeah, good old Matthew does. That guy's character in The Wolf of Wall Street is one of the all-time greats. Man, that drop's nasty, though. Boeing's starting to look pretty rough as well, off of 196. Almost pushing its low of day at this point. Watch out for 193. A lot of negativity on this one. The 737 planes just cannot get going. Hey, good morning, Mike. And good morning to everybody out there. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Hope you're ready for the stock market this week. Tomorrow morning, we have CPI data. 1 hour before the market opens, we're going to get the inflation rate and everything coming out. So be ready for that. The inflation rate will be pretty big. I'm actually kind of bullish on inflation. Now, when I say bullish, I kind of think inflation will go up a little bit from the last reading, but we'll see. We'll see if it holds steady or starts to pop back. They're looking for it to stay right around the same on the forecast. Right here. So I'm really thinking that any higher than that would be pretty negative. And I would think, given how high stocks are and everything, it could go up. know the economy seems pretty rough, but a lot of people still buying out there. Especially after they locked in on their Nvidia from Friday. There goes Boeing. Xbox said Meta puts. What's going on? Yeah, Meta's a great opportunity down this week, in my opinion. We talked about this one in last night's video. It was one of Mike's plays, or I think one of the momentum plays. Either way. Big spot, $500. Started breaking under there in a huge, huge way. Down to 482 at open. That is rough. I'm glad you mentioned this one. That's a bad move. Baba bouncing. Yeah, hey, I actually have support right there. I don't know, it doesn't look like a big trend reversal back up though yet, but at least it's holding there a little bit. Expecting at least negative 0.5% end of day with the CPI Tuesday. I could see that, Peter. I could actually see that. How much is it down now? Negative 0.25. I could see it going more. Oh boy. I hope SPY's not in this sliding off phase. Let's attempt to draw a trend here to see what it looks like. Yeah, it doesn't really line up. Interesting, though, on the SPY. There it goes. Just broke under support at 510. 510 starting to give out a little bit. Oh, boy. Apple's coming back down off resistance. Microsoft's going lower. Google on resistance. Not the worst one down. Amazon looks rough. And Tesla does not give a shit. It just continues to go. Be careful of Tesla being at resistance too, though. Now, lots of pullbacks coming in. Boeing, 192. Wow, that's brutal there. How's SPY? Oh, yeah, just watching it, Mason. It broke under 510 in a pretty good way. Little consolidation here. Looks like it's starting to run back down, though. A lot of these stocks are getting negative again. Yeah, Xbox, if you're talking about Baba, I think there could be good opportunity there. Baba does not care about the US market, really, so obviously it affects it a little bit, but yeah, I would say another break above this high here, this wick. 75.45. Good area to watch here. Mainly because of how the stock consolidated a little bit right there. Neo overbought. I don't really see Neos being too overbought. I think intraday it's overbought, but on a daily it's starting to just get going, which is good. Neo's got a long way to go. Let's look at GM and F on the chart. Okay. Ah, that's funny, Oscar. Yeah, it's called Miami City 80s. Retro wave mix or something. So that's why it sounds like that, I guess, Oscar. You hit it on the head. You knew exactly what it was. That's funny. This kind of reminds me of the music you would hear on, like, Beverly Hills Cop or something. Oh yeah, Peter. Mainly on the bots though today. Mainly looking for the bots. Just keeping it simple today. Not gonna go too crazy here unless we see a true, like, huge rundown start to happen. Then maybe UVXY will be a fun one. Reminds me of COD Zombies. Yeah, I could see that. Hell yeah, Mason. The video did great yesterday. A lot of great info in there for the week. Market's crazy right now. Let's go back to Bitcoin really fast. Bitcoin. I know it's Bitcoin. I'm just messing with you guys. 71,350 on support there. And draw it out. Holding up fairly well. Tilray bouncing slightly. Hey, nice, Jason. How old were they? That's awesome, though. QQQ support. Man, come on, just give out. I kind of just want to see it give out just for the sake of having a nice big move here. Tesla continues to surprise me. Up to 182 today. Let's go to the daily on them. Are they coming back alive? Man, the daily setup could still show them going down, though, which sucks. But great day today. No, Peter, I would not recommend a swing trade today at the end of the day. If you really wanted to, like, let's say you have a lot of long-term positions on, like, tech stocks or something, you could maybe look at, like, UVXY calls or, like, QQQ puts or SPY puts or something as, like, a hedge. I think that would be pretty good. But just going into it and just getting, like, random puts or something for tomorrow, that's kind of like gambling on earnings, you know? It's going to be very tough to do that. In the long term. So be a little careful with that, Peter, but hell yeah, Jason. Connor, what's up? For a second, I thought it said Conor McGregor on there. SoFi to break 8 today. Let's see. I don't know about that. SoFi starting to fall back off a little bit here. Yeah, I don't really see this one breaking 8 today. I'm kind of more worried about SoFi going back down. Looks like it had a big red candle from Tuesday of last week, and the problem is that it looks like now all it did was have a little dead cat bounce back up, and like it might start to try to go lower here. Be wary. Be wary of this one. I'll be honest when I see the setups, but this one just does not look the best to the upside for me. Apple still holding fairly high on the day. Go back to Nvidia, just sitting around here. Palantir still rejecting off major resistance. That's not surprising. LLY getting smoked for some reason. Wow, it really is getting smoked, isn't it? 735.50. Let's bring the watch list back up. To the downside, SMCI is leading the way, down 9%. Wow. Surprised no one said to look at this one. Or SMCI. DraftKings down 2%. That's not too crazy for them, but not looking the best. Tesla, let's see, TSLA. Yeah, I mean, Tesla's tough because like it's going. It just is whenever the market's not doing anything like this, it's kind of tough to play Tesla up, but it seems like Tesla's inversing the market right now. I would say keep it patient today. Keep it patient out there. Looks like SPY support starting to give out, though. I'd say some type of breakdown play, like if you see SPY truly start to give or really move under support here, I think some type of breakdown play or play on UVXY calls or something like that would be the way to go. That's actually starting to look fairly good here. Man, I'm starving. I hope you guys didn't hear my stomach there. What was that quote from Family Guy? He's like, I could eat a horse or something. Big drop down on QQQ. New lows of the day for sure there. SPY, same exact deal, I believe. Oh, yeah. Down to 509. 510 gave out pretty good. Look at the 5-minute chart here. Scrolling out a little bit, I do have support literally at 509. But more major support down around like 508.50. But I expect SPY just to be a slow chop fest down today. We'll see if some real momentum comes in. Yeah, Jason, I think SQQQ is a great way to go too. You're playing a breakdown. What support do you have on QQQ? I see 434.50 as the next. Yeah, so I have one here right around 435.50. Scroll back. Got to go quite a bit out on this one. Yeah, I see 434.50 as well. But even more majorly, 434. There's kind of like a little range right there, like a little 50-cent gap where it's hit and bounced within that range so many times, whether it's 434 or 434.50. It's like, damn. Right around that area has been huge. I do see that, though. One thing that kind of sucks is it seems like these stocks are chopping around because these supports are just so close. Hey, what's up, Space? Gotta watch Coinbase today. I think that could be a fun one if Bitcoin continues to hold this support here. That would be pretty huge. For Coinbase, Mara. Even if you wanted to try to play like IBIT with shares or one of these new Bitcoin ETFs, might not be bad. Yes, sir, DJ. Hey, no problem, Peter. Like I said earlier, I hope everyone's having a great morning so far. I know the bulls probably aren't today unless you're bullish on Tesla, which has another extension. It does continue. How high are they gonna get here today? I feel like it's getting fairly close to the top, but could be wrong. Bringing the watch list back here. Gonna have the SM bot coming up as well. Want to see that bot, what we have on there. Always a lot of good call outs. Yeah, Tesla all over the bot, of course. Not surprised. It's been all over the bot all morning, so. MRVL, chip stock, puts to the downside. Oh, no. Got Pfizer. Wouldn't trade Pfizer, I don't think. It has calls, but starting to turn back over a little bit. Amazon puts. Wow. Now, this one's kind of enticing. Let's look at the 5-minute on Amazon here. Damn. It is getting close to pretty major support around 171 and then 170, but it roaring to the downside for all of our momentum scalpers out there. Maybe a quick couple of candles down. Get out quick. Hey, hell yeah, Space. Thanks for joining up. There's been some chatter in the Discord about Woof. I've heard a little bit about Woof as well. I mean, the setup's not terrible on Woof. It's been downtrending, but maybe this is the bottom of the dip here. You know, start to recover back up out of the dip. That would be nice. I would think that Bitcoin could continue, you know, given that Bitcoin has these volatile runs and how much it's ran in the past on these type of breakouts. I would think it could continue. I think there's a decent chance. Connor asked, what price would I enter TSM at for the long term? TSM is a pretty solid company. You almost can't go wrong averaging into this one as long as there's not like a chip bubble or something like that that pops. But I would like to buy it more around like 105 to 110. If we could get back down to there, that would be beautiful on this one. Somewhere around there to start averaging in. Up here, just a little too high for me. Yeah, I would say like 105 to 110. What I'm watching for. It might not ever even get back to there. Who knows? But you don't want to buy in too high, because if the market does have a reversal, it could be pretty brutal. Those are my prices there. Boeing continued its sell-off here. Not bad. Not bad. Forward consolidating. Go to gold. Also consolidating, starting to drop back a little bit. Same thing with silver. Little pullbacks coming in there. That's not the best thing to see. Good day to average in on DraftKings, my view said. I don't think so. I still think there could be more downside in the short term here. We got a little double top on the chart. Not sure how much it can actually fall. Maybe back down to the purple trend. It'd be kind of cool to see it fall down a little bit more, though. Like, have a true breakdown again, back to like 24, 25 would be nice in my opinion. But obviously that's a pretty big drop if that were to happen. If that were to happen, we'd probably see the QQQ get pretty low. Same thing with SPY. Hopefully with SPY, if we go back out to the hourly, hopefully we start to see another channel to the downside just like this. I'm going to circle this on the chart. From the channel last like August through November, it looks like. Right here. You can see that downwards channel that started on the SPY. I actually really like that, the way it's looking. It's starting to bounce off that, or I mean, it was bouncing off of that upper range well. Same thing on the bottom. Pretty solid downtrend. If we see something like that form again on the SPY, that could make for some decent opportunity. I remember even playing the breakout above it. You know, even that breakout there was fun to play. So don't think I'm being overly bearish here. It's just, as you start to see that form, could be decent to play down. And then, you know, once you start to see it break back up, could be decent. Obviously, though, it probably won't happen just like that. It never does, right? That'd be too easy. It'd be too easy. It happened like that all the time. You think SPY might go to 507 today? I could actually see that. I think 507 is close enough to be within an acceptable range on the SPY here today. It might not stay there, probably go down and start to bounce back a little bit, but I could see that. I really like that level over the past few weeks. Multiple bounces off 507, so that would be nice. I really like this like 508.50 support coming up. I think that's the next more important level here on the chart. Meta, pretty low on the day. How's Tesla? Ooh, Tesla started rejecting. This is why it was important to be careful with Tesla here. With the market going down and stuff, that's just not helping Tesla's cause. But Tesla was having a good morning. Like, I can't lie. Definitely outperforming from what I thought it would do compared to the market. But starting to hit off resistance a little bit up there. Xbox said, I'm glad I didn't just jump in on Baba. Looks like it started chopping. Yeah, it actually is chopping quite a bit here. I noticed it actually just formed a little bit of a pattern. Like a little wedge or a little triangle or something here. Let's see which way it wants to break out of this. Looks like it's kind of going up, but we'll see. Definitely watching it closely. It's an election year. Don't forget about that, guys. There might actually be some extra volatility coming in this year. Gotta love election years, right? Who knows? Maybe there'll even be some like wild crap that happens and the markets go crazy because the elections get all messed up or something. Gosh, I could see something like that happening. Who knows? Yeah, who knows nowadays? Gotta go back to Boeing, though. Still selling down very well. Are we going to hit 190 even? That'd be nice. Let's look at Palantir here. Still just selling off, nothing too crazy. Let's go back to Tesla. They're actually on support again at 180. I don't think this is going to hold up, but we'll see. I would say they probably are going to fall back down like the SPY. Very slow and choppy on this rundown, though. It's not like it's just moving straight down or anything. But slowly but surely, they say. UVXY and the Volatility Index, VIX, starting to pop up again. SQQQ, not bad either. QQQ's right on support. If you're a scalper out there, you know, you can use these intraday supports as decent areas to make plays off of. Like we're looking at QQQ here. Looking at 435.40. The bot's already called out a couple plays today for the premium members out there. So I'm sitting here watching these bot plays like... Let's just say QQQ starts breaking down. That might be a good spot to enter into a couple of those bot plays as you see that support give out. Let's see Boeing continuing to sell off. 190.64 now. Brutal there to the downside. God damn, it's like doing limbo here on Boeing. How low can it go? How do you guys feel about Boeing? I know that those 737 jets piss a lot of people off. That's for sure. PayPal. Hey, PayPal's not bad today. One of the better setups I've looked at so far. Yeah, not bad, PayPal. Not too shabby. Oh, I was hoping this would be a better trend here. Hang on. There we go. Something like that. Decent trend line on PayPal as well. TJ said, currently on a 737 right now, and I'm trading puts. Oh my god. They're gonna know it's you, DJ, and they're gonna, like, open up that faulty door right next to you. You better watch out, DJ. That's pretty badass, though, man. Enjoy your flight. Sean Oliver ripped BA on his show. Ooh. DJ has balls of steel. Yeah, for real. CM says lift, puts, LYFT. Starting to base a little bit here. I guess if we get a re-break of the low of day, I would like the puts better. Unless we start to see a different setup form where like it runs up into resistance and starts then it's a different story. But right now, you know, a little higher low going on, so maybe slight intraday bullish tendency off of that. So not my favorite, but not my least favorite either. SPY coming back alive. Look at that. Watch out for some resistances coming up. 509.50 and then 510 overhead. 510 would be awesome to see like a big rejection back off of there. Might actually be a great opportunity if that was to occur. The risk reward could be pretty tight around that area. Not tight. I guess you keep a stop loss pretty tight is what I mean. Risk reward could be nice. How's DWAC? DWAC. Okay, running down. I was curious. We haven't looked at that one in a few days. What about SPCE? No one looks at this one anymore either. Okay. What about RKLB? Rocket Lab? Maybe with the markets going down, marijuana can get back on the spectrum. Tilray bounced right off support at $1.60. It's a pretty big support. Good to see it bouncing. Doesn't mean it's going to hold, but hell, I'd rather be at support than not. Really rough move on these MJ stocks lately, though. Even MSOS has been coming back pretty hard. I like myself Planet 13. They've been dipping down to 50 cents. Keep watching these supports on these MJ stocks. If these supports give out, though, it could start to get bloody out there. Planet 13 did have a brutal move last week. It's obviously a long-term play. I always like to say this. With the MJ stocks, if you're going to buy them, number one, Mike always says this, and I agree. You got to be able to handle the heat. Okay? If you can't handle the heat, you got to get out of the kitchen on the MJs. They're just not for you. Also, when I buy them, I act like that money is gone. Like, if you buy them, I literally buy and forget on those. Try not to watch them too much. You don't want to... With those ones, it's just a straight gamble. A little bit can go a long way on those MJ stocks. You got to really hope these companies can turn around because they have been getting brutalized. Boeing still looking pretty good down, though. Just slowly but surely chopping back down. Tesla just broke under 180. That's not good to see. Consolidated a little bit there and then started falling. You don't want to see that when watching something like Tesla. Hell yeah, Josh got into Boeing puts earlier. Very nice, Josh. Look at that, 190.25. I had this one in last night's video. We talked about it quite a bit. We even pulled it up on Bookmap, didn't we? Let's see Intel real quick. Okay. AMD doing nothing as well. Got to go back to Nvidia. We haven't checked in on them in a little bit. Wow, looks like they're actually trying to go green here. Looks a lot better than most. Gotta give it that. Yeah, I feel that, Bobby. Those cryptos, man, if you buy up the dips on those and just hold them for a long time, they've been doing pretty good historically. Obviously, all good things come to an end at some point, but wow, that's really the way, man. Just buy those cryptos and forget them. I agree. You don't even have to like buy and forget. Just, you know, buy and don't sell right away. Obviously, don't buy in at the top, but the flaw with human nature and with Bitcoin in general, and I'm not saying this is for you, just in general, for everybody out there, even trading stocks, the big flaw is that nobody buys when the stocks or the cryptos or whatever are low. That's generally not the case. I know a lot of you guys out there were, which is great. And I'm glad you're doing well. But the majority of people start buying on these big runs, and it just, I feel bad because it's like a lot of people get that false hope and then they buy in at the top. And sure, it might go up a little bit. If you take profits, great. But a lot of them will take profits, then buy in again at the top and again and again. And then once it starts to go down, man, boy, oh boy. It's just the flaw in human nature, you know. No one ever wants to buy when the news is a little bit negative, when it's low. I know Disney's not as explosive as Bitcoin, but this, you know, kind of another one, right? Had all that negativity, all that stuff, end of 2023, bam, started coming back very well now. 111.08. Does it mean it's gonna explode up to $200? No. But you know, whenever you get to that peak euphoria to the downside, usually a great time to buy. And right now, we're in the opposite end of the spectrum. More of peak euphoria up. BA waiting to break 190. Let's go back and check it again. Oh, bounced right off 190. I'm gonna bring that up on the book map here. Yeah, pretty decent. Had a big stack there that got filled. More buyers even came back in. Interesting spot. I still can't believe there was 73,000 volume in that little circle there. That's a lot of volume, guys. 80,000 volume? What the fuck? That's quite a bit right there. Definitely the largest spot on the chart today. Hell yeah, if you guys are watching any more stocks, throw them out there. I'm gonna go back to the watch list and bring up the SM bot here. mRNA calls. Now that could be interesting. Wow, look at Moderna, 114 today. You go out to the daily chart. Wow, that is an explosive daily chart. Man, that's a pretty good move on the daily. Wow. Gotta watch 115, 115.50 coming up. Major support, or I mean resistance. Overhead, and then 120. What insane movement. Let's see, JD. Hey. JD looking good on the daily. I like it. I like it. The big money you got in on JD must be happy now. Baba's not too bad. They look pretty good on the daily as well. Bouncing well off supports at the bottom of its range. Man. Love the way this is looking. Hey, Tom, waiting to see if SPY breaks. 508.50, Abundance said. Nice. Let's go look at that. 508.50. Yeah, I like that support down there. Decent spot to make break. I like that plan, Abundant. I like that plan. Ooh, Tesla starting to reject off 180, which is now acting as resistance. Will Tesla start to sink back down today? I think there's a good chance. I want to go see Costco and Walmart real quick. And Costco's been pulling back pretty hard too. Look at that. Right as Nvidia pulls back, that snowball effect is starting to happen, isn't it? Watching SQ on the weekly, looks like it's forming a bull flag. SQ on the weekly, let's see. Man, I don't really see the flag, but... above 82.22. Oh, I see. You're looking at it. When you say weekly, you don't mean like the weekly chart. You mean like just this week, right? Or the past week or something, right? I see that though. Not too bad. It actually broke pretty well this morning. Would be nice to see a re-break. Palantir still, that was a pretty solid rejection off resistance earlier. Boeing starting to come back up off of 190. We looked at that support on Bookmap. Starting to hold it pretty well. Could it break 190 today? That's the question. I think there's a good shot, but man, that's why being safe and taking profits at support, or at least locking in most of them, is the way to go. Palantir support 25.50. Okay. The jams are phenomenal. Love it, Space. Yeah, they've been getting a lot of compliments lately. It's been awesome out there.
All right, all right, all right.
Oh yeah, he even likes them. Go back to Bitcoin really fast. Man, trying to break out, it looks like. Got pretty close. Coinbase just holding. How's AT&T? Not looked at this stock in a long time. Okay, it's been on a pretty bad downtrend, but it looks like it's starting to come back a little bit. What the hell happened to this stock? And Verizon, ticker symbol VZ? What happened to 5G making these companies explode, man? I remember, like, during this time of AT&T's history, everyone was like, oh my god, 5G, 5G, 5G. Holy shit, 5G did not help. I gotta say that. Wow. Hey, that's awesome. Thoughts on Rivian? Yeah, they did, DJ, but I'm talking more about that whole time. Yeah, I know, man. My phone wasn't working. I was pissed. I was like, what the hell? But my bad. I meant, like, going back to 2017. They've just had so many fundamental problems going back to then. That outage was annoying, though, that day, man. For a minute, I actually thought... I thought my Discord was messed up or I was hacked or something, but then everyone was like, oh yeah, it's out. Ooh, Tesla Mega Bull, Gary Black, cut steak. They're making this out to be so weird. They're like Gary Black cut steak on Tesla. Get this, he cut 1% of his position. 1%. Adam said, you think Discord will go public? I actually have no idea on that. I'm not sure. I kind of hope that they don't, so that they don't got to deal with all that shit. They'll probably end up getting bought out by, like, fucking Google or something stupid, and then they'll come in and censor fucking everything. You know how that is. I sure hope that's not the case, though. QQQ resistance, 438. That's pretty big overhead there. Got to keep watching that area for possible rejections back. SPY's just so choppy today. Very, very choppy. Triple M, I'm curious. I haven't looked at this one in a while either. Sitting at 93.50. The stock has been steadily declining for a while. For stock. 3M, I like them for the long term. It just... they're going to take a while. And lately, you know, we've seen decent companies run up. It's just, Triple M has not been decent. They have a lot of lawsuit bullshit. Interesting one, though. Baba broke over 75.50. Go back to that drawing. Hell yeah, that's good. Glad to see it break out there. Could have been a good scalp. You would have had to enter real quick, but... and exit real quick. But hey, that's the nature of scalping. Ooh, Louise bought some Boeing. What'd you buy, Louise? Puts? I'm assuming you mean puts. Maybe it'll continue down and break 190 today. That'd be nice. Still watching that 190 support, though, closely. We'll have to see if that can break down today. All right, back to Tesla. Still sitting at this 180-ish area. Look at that rejection. Come on, let's get another staircase down. That'd be pretty hot today. Hell yeah, Rivian. It's been holding up real good today, Xbox. Way better than most other stocks. I could see it. I could see it. Is it my favorite play ever? No. It's Rivian. But running pretty well today. Holding support, bounced off of it. Nice. Resistance upcoming. 1350, 1360. That is a slight negative. Meta coming back after that massive sell-off at open. That sell-off was nasty. Who would agree? We went from around 500. We opened, I'd say, around 497. Let's just say, make it simple. All the way down to 476 today. It's a pretty big run. Pretty big drop-off there. SPY is giving me like dead cat bounce vibes right now. Be nice to see this little trend break and see SPY go on a big secondary move down under 508.50. That'd be nice. For now, it's still holding that, though. Boeing starting to turn back a little. All right, SM Bot, what do we got? JD calls. Nice. JD sitting right around the high of day. Literally barely broke out. Zom puts are on the bot. That's not good. Zoom calls, though. Ticker symbol ZM. We haven't looked at Zoom in a little while. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Breaking out above like a little wedge or trend back to the upside. This is looking pretty hot. Holding support. Not bad. Not bad, Zoom. I must say myself. I'm going to clean up this chart. Just going to get rid of everything. Get a little screenshot of this. I like this daily setup on Zoom quite a bit. I could see a good move out of this range. It has weak correlation to SPY, which is good too. So we don't necessarily need SPY to move, as you're seeing today. Obviously, guys, like, let's be real here. Like, every single stock out there does not need SPY to move in the same direction. You know, I know it's really easy to say that. Like, everyone's always like, yeah, you know, you need the market going in your direction. You know, make it go in your direction. For some stocks that have negative correlation, it's totally fine to play it against the market. And even stocks that do generally follow the market, like, let's say, for example, you're looking at something like Microsoft. you know, there will be days where Microsoft runs up and the SPY drops. It will happen. Now, does that necessarily mean that the SPY is not weighing on it? No. Because, like, let's say Microsoft's running and the market's dipping. It might not run up as much as it could have, right? Like, let's say on a normal day, it would have went up 3%. But because the market was down today, it only went up 1.5%. You know, so it'll still weigh in like that. But what I was getting at is playing those stocks with weak correlation against the SPY could be good sometimes. Like Tesla, really weak correlation to the SPY. Pretty weird. Whereas you look at something like Apple, you know, high correlation or moderate now. It keeps changing as the days progress, but Microsoft has strong positive, so Xbox said none of my callouts are your favorite. Let's see, Rivian? Yeah. Rivian's not, I mean, I thought Rivian was looking pretty good on the daily, though. The only thing that sucks about Rivian is just getting so close to resistance. Like, I think Rivian would have been better as, like, a support buy, maybe, but obviously as the market was dropping there, it was kind of weird, right? With Rivian. Because it was dropping too, and then just, you know, exploded back. Rivian has a lot of weird movement to it, I've noticed. Let's go see Google. Oh, wow. Right at its high of day. It's holding up very, very well today. Wow. It looks like it might even try to break its high. Not its all-time high, but its recent high. Google might not be too bad here. Let's see some resistances, because there are some coming up. Mainly, I'd say around like 139 to 140. That would be beautiful if it could get up into that range today. Watch for that high of day to break. I like the way it's holding strong, though. Carl said it's good to do that with stocks that aren't heavily influenced on the ETFs. Yeah, I definitely am with you there, Carlo. There's definitely a lot of money to be made, though, playing, like, let's say, like, Microsoft, like, as it runs with the SPY, or, like, you know, Tesla, if SPY's running and Tesla's running too. Might just be extra fuel for growth, but yeah, I definitely agree. Those stocks that have weak correlation to the SPY can be good, especially during times like this, where we're seeing big pullbacks happen all across the market. Let's see ELY. Oh, I meant MODG for Top Golf Callaway. Nice, still pretty low on the daily. I'm thinking about buying up some MODG for the long term. I really like Top Golf and Callaway. I think they'll be great for the long term. Top Golf is such a huge thing. I love Top Golf. You guys like Top Golf at all? It's pretty cool. Carlos said, you still bearish today. Yeah, overall I am. But that doesn't mean to, you know, that doesn't mean you can't play something up in the short term or something, though. Mark said, I feel like it's a one and done type of place. I don't know any golfers that actually go there. Wow, well, I do. I know like 100 that go there, so that's kind of crazy. It's not like they go all the time. You know, I maybe get there like twice a year or something, Mark. So nothing crazy, but you know, it's always fun to get out with like the girlfriends and all that stuff. Go out to go have some fun at Topgolf. Force them to swing. You know, it's kind of fun. My buddy's like a 7 or 8 handicap. I'm like an 11 or 12. And we're sitting there just laughing all the time at the girlfriend swings, really. You know, getting some drinks in. Not bad. I actually went there with Mike one time, which was kind of cool. Me and Mike went there in Florida. A couple years back. That was fun. Mark said, that's interesting. Seems so expensive. You know, though, Mark, if you bring like 4 people, it comes out to like maybe 40, 50 bucks a dude for like 3 or 4 hours, you know? It's not too bad, man. It's just like paying for a decent golf course, I'd say. Now, obviously, food, then you start really racking up the bill and drinks. But, you know, for golf, you know, 4 dudes show up, you know, you get 4 hours, let's say it costs 50 or 60 an hour. Not too bad, you know. That's if you do 4 hours. Probably like 3 is more realistic or something. Kind of like playing golf, I guess. QQQ coming back pretty well, though, right here. 438.30, maybe 438.50 overhead. Even resistance coming up like 440 will be very important to eye up. I would think it could possibly break back above there. Yeah, Candace, I like the food there. It's good. It's pretty good. I always get like the pretzel bites because I don't eat like a ton there usually, but I tried to go there this year whenever it was like 0 degrees outside, and they had an hour-long wait at this place whenever it was 0 degrees. I was like, are you kidding me right now? An hour-long wait? There's that many people here when it's 0 degrees. That blew my mind. I think it was like actually like 10 degrees with a wind chill of like negative. I was like, you kidding? Yeah, let's go back to Nvidia here, starting to break back up. A lot of these stocks are coming back now today. I could still see more bearishness later in the day, but for right now, they're coming back. Now, SPY is actually right on resistance. We talked about this a little bit earlier about the possible recovery back into resistance. We're kind of seeing that happen now. Now we need to watch and see if we're going to get a true break back to the downside here. I would say a clear break back under 509.40. Would give a clearer indication that we could start to get back down in a better way, and that momentum could be coming back in. You have to make reservations. Yeah, I know, Candace, but it was 0 degrees, so I didn't think I'd have to make one, but I usually do. Apple's moving down, Carlos says. AAPL? Definitely is. Pretty brutal there. QQQ coming back alive. 438.30 breaking well. Boeing looks hot. When I say hot, like it's recovering back, it's not like explosive back up or anything, but, you know, recovering back pretty well after that nasty run down to 190. There's QQQ. Look at that bullishness coming back. QQQ might go green in a minute. Pretty crazy. Be careful out there. Everyone's going to be looking to get this baby back up. So Apple's now moving down now that the market's starting to come back up. That makes sense based off what they've been doing lately. I'm not putting it past anything here. Apple's been, as we've said, inversing the market lately. Kind of brutal. Let me go back to GLD really fast. How's the gold lining up? Came back up into the green a little bit. Nothing too crazy, though. All right, guys, we're probably getting back towards the end of the stream today. I appreciate everybody joining up, though. It's been a pretty fantastic morning. We had some decent opportunities to the downside at open. I hope you premium trading floor members out there had fun with some of the bot plays today. Some of them were pretty fire at first. You know, you can't hold these babies all morning, as we know. I really liked the Boeing one, of course. How could I not? One of the main ones I was watching all morning. Nvidia broke out well, though. Back above 880. That's a pretty decent break. Got to watch resistances coming up, though. Hell yeah, Abundant. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody out there for joining up today. Of course, I will be live tomorrow at open as well. And hey, thanks to Everest for subscribing. If you're new here, make sure you smash it up. Really helps us out. Also, like I said, come back tomorrow for more amazing opening price action. SPY breaking out well. Trying to come back. Watch resistance around 511-ish. Gotta watch there, but after there, 511.80 to 512. Next major spot coming up, but so far today, pretty crazy movement. Down, then back up. Very choppy, but all right, guys, I appreciate you.
All right, all right, all right.
So does Matthew. Have a great one, guys. Seriously. Kicking off the week on a decent note with some of the movement so far, so let's go. Hopefully I see everybody in the Discord today. Let's go. Get in the discussion channel. Get in the SM chat. Talk it up. Throw out those opportunities. Let's go. Talk to you guys later. Keep that level head and keep those profits today.